Shalom, shalom. Giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash. All right. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered abroad around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great, America. To you, I say shalom, peace, love, and blessings. All right. Title of this video basically going into the mighty men shall cry bitterly, or in that day the mighty men will be as women. And the mighty men I'm referring to as pertaining to you, first and foremost, you so-called tough guys, you hotheads, you gang bangers, you people, individuals think nobody can touch you. You can't be touched. Even unto the prideful soldiers that's dwelling in this land, Babylon the Great, or any parts of the earth. All right. I have a message from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that you're going to be as women in that day. You're going to be very vulnerable and you're going to be ravished, man. OK, in many shapes, forms and sizes. All right. In many ways. All right. The men are foreborn to fight. And as you read, the military armed forces facing recruiting crisis, young Americans don't want to join the military. And that's ultimately is going to enter into a draft, but also because they have this agenda. All right. A lot of these people are literally becoming either women or becoming likened as to a woman. All right. Don't want to, do any type of manly duties. And according to America's manly duties is to serve their country. All right. Through the military. So we're also seeing a rapid decline in that. But what inspired me to do this video through the spirit, because like I said, I just saw the title and it's basically going into it since it's twofold about you young, you tough guys and you gang members and niggas that want to be hotheads and so on and so forth, thinking that they can't be touched or, they can beat everybody ass and blah, 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 whoop, whoop. The Lord is going to visit you. The Lord is going to mock when your fear cometh upon you. And the Lord knows how to basically fuck up your day. And the reason I say it like that, because during the time that me and the brother Shaquat Gabar had went out.
Says San Francisco is where the
couple of days, well, they say a day ago, but we went out on Sunday. Okay, we went out Sunday noonday. And while we was speaking and prophesying, there was an accident that happened to a young individual, a young Jake. And it just so happens that the young Jake, I know him because he looks familiar. I know him by face. I don't know him, personally. Okay. So as these things going on, as things progress, I guess he didn't have no insurance on the car and, they had to impound it and, take it away. And then the thing, from the looks of it, the wreck didn't even look that bad. So, clear indication that he probably didn't have no insurance. So they had to, impound it. And then on top of that, it was his fault. He hit the woman from behind, and all the ambulance and the noises was, coming by either before or a little after we started rolling. But nevertheless, as, the guy, he realized he messed up. He's shouting a little bit. Fuck. Pouting, stomping. This nigga pouting, dragging his feet in the, in the street, damn near, about to get hit. Then he realized that he's still in traffic. So he just stopped and just put his, just slouch his body like he's about to give up in life. Then the nigga just kept moving around, putting his head down, leaning on the truck because somebody had came to help him out or whatever. Then the shit that got me was after he left out of the subway right across the street from where we were speaking, this nigga basically started hyperventilating, man. And the shit was crazy. And the first thing I said was, damn, just imagine when the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, when that day comes. Just imagine how these people are going to bug out, praying that we don't fucking bug out, man, because it's going to be terrible in that day. We knew the prophets had got sick and got weak, okay, seeing these prophecies, man. And that was via through the vision. So how much more in real life when the prophecies actually come to pass? But nevertheless, niggas start hyperventilating, act like he couldn't breathe, doing all that shit, blowing hard and shit. That shit was funny low key, but I was still meditating like, damn, just imagine when all hell breaks loose, man. You know, on a serious matter. You know, his nigga. And the thing that also confused me, as he hyperventilating and can't breathe, this nigga chugging down a Coca-Cola bottle. Hey, just making the shit worse for itself, you know? But like I say, nevertheless, that's what inspired me to do this video while we was out there and, you know, and stuff like that, because these things will come to pass. And the tough guys that been thinking that they was tough for oh so long, hey, they're going to be in terrible fear. Okay? And let me get Proverbs 1. Wisdom warns. I'm going to read 20 on down to 32. Wisdom crieth without. This Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She utters her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, and that's why we're out there prophesying on the street corners, all right, in the uptowns and the downtown areas of the big so-called, you know, local major cities. You know, us being in the Midlands, so we enter, you know, we go into different major cities in the Midlands and prophesy on the highways and hedges, all right, where business and a lot of traffic is a flowing. All right, a lot of eyes can see the prophets of the Lord, because that when basically your fate is being sealed, whether you believe it or not. You see the men on the Lord, especially if you know what's going on and you like to beat the horn and shalom, you hit that, oh, you definitely mark. You ain't stopped by, you ain't acknowledged, you know, you ain't even, you know, acknowledge how about Shem Yahweh Shai or none of that, man. You just kept it moving, you're going by your day to day. And now you've been marked. Verse 22, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye have refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, you know, quick, fast, in a hurry. All right. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. And that's what's about to come upon the earth. Distress, anguish, sorrows. All right. Like that young man was hyperventilating. Motherfucker damn near couldn't breathe, man. All right. Verse 26. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when your disaster overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone. Woo! And anguish and distress overwhelm you. All right, you can't take it. You know, when they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. For they hated knowledge and choose not to fear the Lord. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that goes for anybody, man. All right, anybody. to the ones that fall out. All right, ones that walk by the camp, scarf, talk shit against the men of the Lord. Talk about the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement, so on and so forth. Putting that filthy ass title on it. All right, black. All right. This is for you. Verse 30, they rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. You're going to get caught up. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. And that's what we're ultimately striving to be. All right. We're striving to be that humble, fearful elect. All right. And great troubles is about to come upon the earth. All right. And there's going to be plenty more where that came from of people hyperventilating, going in a fetal position. Because, hey, in that day, a lot of women, I done experienced that shit. In troublous times, a woman with real life stand the fuck still like a statue. In that time, man, woman do that, man, just, hey, rock her shit. They'll knock in reality. Rock her shit. Facts. Because that shit happened to me before when I was young. And my girl at the time, a car was driving on the same side as we walking. This bitch decided to stop and just look at the car. I guess she couldn't believe it. I had to literally drag this dumbass bitch out the road. But anyway. Isaiah 33:6. In that day, he will be your sure foundation, providing a rich store of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord will be your treasure. All right, that's going to be the reward. Fearing the Lord, keeping his law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, prophesying until the Lord, via through Esau, Edom, you using him to cut off the internet. Hey, we got plenty more to do, man. Isaiah 33:6 again in the KJV. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is his treasure. All right. And the time of the end, Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, Israel. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right. Everyone that shall be found written in the book, man, which is the elect, written in the book of life, the book of salvation. All right. Because 2/3 are going to die on this side, but ultimately they will come back in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. So with that, I got 2 more precepts and I'm going to click that other part. Because like I said, a lot of people in that day and in that time are gonna just either give up the spirit, be terrified in fear, in great fear. That's what the Lord is bringing. This is Luke 21:25 says the return of Mashiach, and it got the precepts right here. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and of the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them, Salakia, men's heart failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and they shall and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud, which is symbolize a big gigantic chariot. Goes back precept for that, not Isaiah, Isaiah 26:10. No, not 26:10, 24:10, and also 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. So let me make sure in Isaiah right quick. 24. Not 24. 26 and 20. Salakia. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation overpass. And those are the chariots that's going to hide us from all the destruction that's about to come on Babylon the Great. Back in Luke 21 and 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is about to enter his kingdom. Okay, that's what that's going into. Zephaniah 1, day of judgment on Judah. Is Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. It cometh quickly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All right, the tough guys, the military men, they're gonna cry there bitterly because all the destruction and the wrath and wasteness of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 15, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, a day of distress, and of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. All right, and that's going to be via through the nuclear missiles. That's going to cause that effect. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, which is America, Babylon the Great, and against the high towers, against their so-called defense system, so on and so forth. And I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. And the only thing that's going to do that is nuclear missiles. All right. Neither shall their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. All right. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And the land is the Babylon the Great. All right. And neither riches or silvers is going to, profit anything in the day of wrath. Even the ones that hide or so-called try to go hiding in those bunkers. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to visit you in that day and in that time, man. All right. Thus saith the scriptures. Thus saith the Bible. Let me read it in the other Bible. NLT. The terrible day of the Lord is near. Swiftly it comes. Verse 14. A day of bitter tears. A day when even strong men will cry out. Woo. Telling you, boy, it's going to be terrible in that day. A day when even strong men will cry out. It will be a day when the Lord's anger is poured out. A day of terrible distress and anguish. A day of ruin and desolation. A day of darkness and gloom. A day of clouds and blackness. A day of trumpet calls and battle cries. Down go the walled cities and the strong battlements, because you have sinned against the Lord. I will make you grope around like blind men. Your blood will be poured out into the dust, and your bodies will lie rotting on the ground. Your silver and gold will not save you on that day of the Lord's anger, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For the whole land will be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. He will make a terrifying end of all the people of the earth. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. That we have the wisdom, knowledge, and stability of the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to endure in that time and in that day. Because it is going to be terrible and dreadful in that day, man. Okay? And I'm going to play the other video.
2023 by up to 10,000. This comes as the armed forces struggles to enlist new soldiers. In 2022 alone, for example, the army fell short of its recruiting goal by 25%. There are apparently fewer and fewer young Americans who are physically and mentally fit enough to join the military. This number now sits at about 23% for those aged between 18 and 24. The Army Secretary attributes poor recruitment figures to distrust of the government.
The percentage of young Americans who are interested in joining the military has been declining over time. I think when you look at Gen Z, you see a lot of declining trust in institutions. I think we, Americans, see a fair amount of dysfunction in our government.
Michael Maloof, former senior secretary analyst at the Pentagon, thinks that the U.S. Army is getting more and more desperate to fill its ranks.
It's not so much a change of heart, but a desperation. It's a change because of desperation to fill the ranks. The recruitment is way down. Just in the Army alone, it's 15,000, and the only service in the United States that has met a quota is the United States Marine Corps, and that's the only one. All the others, the Air Force, even the Coast Guard, and the Navy, they're all down. Even though the offer is there, the question will be how many actually will take up that offer. And and it's been a while now since many of them had to make that readjustment, and so that will mean that they may have other jobs that obviously will pay more. So they may not take up that offer.
Military says it's facing a recruiting crisis. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force are all expecting to miss their recruitment goals by thousands this year. For the Army would mark a shortfall for the second year in a row. It's expecting 55,000 active duty recruits. That's 10,000 more than last year, but still below its target of 65,000. And it's not for a lack of trying. Branches of the military have recently eased up on restrictions on tattoos, pre-service marijuana use, and even physical fitness. According to an investigation by the Military Times, at least 1 in 6 recruits were given waivers to enter their service last fiscal year. That's the highest number in a decade. But officials say a bigger problem is a lack of interest. The Army's Vice Chief of Staff told lawmakers last month that for many people, military service seems like a life setback instead of a life accelerator. News Nation's Alex Capriello has more for us, joining us now live from the battleship Iwo Jima in San Pedro, California. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, hey there, Elizabeth. For this News Nation special report, I spoke to members of the U.S. Army, the Navy, and the Special Forces. With a recruitment shortfall in the tens of thousands, they tell me enlisting young American men and women has never been a higher priority. It's a major effort to maintain a defense that for centuries has been declared the very best in the world.
Company, forward! Our military is in crisis, an overwhelming issue blatantly apparent in recruitment centers across the country, which, despite offering lucrative signing bonuses of up to $100,000 and tuition reimbursement opportunities for soldiers, spouses, and children, are still struggling to sign new soldiers.
Recruiting is an uphill battle across the country right now.
Over the past few years, the U.S. Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines have struggled to meet their goals. In 2022, the Army missed that mark by 15,000 people, a full 25% short of its target. In 2023, the Army projects a 10,000 soldier shortfall. Likewise, the Navy wants to bring aboard 50,000 active duty and reserve recruits this year.
We are challenged by the fact that a small number of young Americans, 23%, are qualified to serve. Fewer still, we're finding, are interested in serving. And that's something that we are working very hard to change.
Former Green Beret John Spears fought in Vietnam. He points to a number of reasons why the decline is so significant.
that there is a cultural bias against a young.
I just don't want to fight in a war we have nothing to do.
True. Side note, 25 this bill of goods. I think that's the problem. You're sold it. And then you find out, good luck. Thank you for your service. You'll be seen by a mental health therapist in 8 months. Good luck, son.
But ultimately, I feel like this. Them veterans, hey, just ask them veterans how it is, you know, after serving the military and how, you know, they've been treated. But it really boils down to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai stripping the glory from this place. Because once in the past, it was a great honor to, you know, join the military, you know, forces and so on and so forth like that. It was a great honor and a great privilege. But now the Lord is revealing the you know, the filthiness and uncovering the skirts and the locks of the deception of America now. Let me get Isaiah 47. It says, come down, Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take thy millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All right, and that's Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach coming back in their angelic forces to take the kingdom, all right, to take the throne from Esau Edom, which is ruling in Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, America, man. Okay, that's in Isaiah 47. No more they are called tender and delicate. All right, no more. There's no more of a throne, because the only way that they conquered the known worlds were through their military might. So now that their military might and their recruiting is heading through a decline, a downfall, that's letting you know another indicator that Esau Edom is finished, that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. Second Ezra is 9 and 6. 6 and 9. Okay. It says Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of the rulers. The Lord is doing this, man. The Lord is putting the spirit out there for these individuals, not even to obtain and pertain to be part of the United States armed military, man. All right, which that's one of their mights. All right, their military might, on how they gain and heapeth unto himself all peoples and nations. But now we're about to experience, because of that effect is going on. This is the experience that we're about to go into. The nations will be judged. Go straight to the point. Joel 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. And plowshares and pruning hooks are farming utensils. They're farming tools. All right. So these nations that was once into trying to build up their culture, their agricultural lifestyle, their livestocks, all right, benefiting the country, so on and so forth. But now the Lord is turning them into swords and spears, which represents the nuclear missiles, all right, the capability of nuclear missiles, okay, the weapons, the technology advancements, so on and so forth. Now they're putting their money into that because World War III is brewing up. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full and the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is near in the valley of decision. And that's what it brings up to. While America is losing its status quo, being the mightiest military, these other weak nations are becoming strong. And they're becoming strong through prophecy. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is doing all these things, man. As it says in Isaiah, the 13th chapter and verse 4. I'll go straight to the point. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, which symbolize governments. All right. Empires, rulerships. Okay. Like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. All right. How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. All right, that paleness, man. All right. Matter of fact, it's a thing. Paleness. That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that too. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the terrible fear that's gonna be upon men. All right. And the mighty men are gonna be crying bitterly, man, because of the great day and wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I was just thinking to myself through the spirit what that individual went through that Sunday afternoon. Hey, that's nothing. I mean nothing compared to what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring upon this earth, man. Best and believe that shit. Okay? The Lord is not playing. The Lord is going to open up Pandora's box. The people are going to realize that the God of the Bible is real and he does whatever the fuck he want to do. And he dares you to come against him. That is the God that we fear. That is the God that we serve and worship. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. With confidence and with faith, man. Okay? But a lot of people are going to learn the hard way. They definitely are. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 5. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turning to paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, the elect shall be saved out of it, man. Go to the NLT. I'm gonna try to do this more often through the Spirit. Jeremiah 30 and 5. This is what the Lord Yahweh says. I hear cries of fear. There is terror and no peace. Now Let me ask you a question. Do men give birth to babies? Then why do they stand there, ashen-faced, hands pressed against their sides like a woman in labor? In all history, there has never been such a time of terror. Whew. It will be a time of trouble for my people Israel. Yet in the end, they will be saved. And at the end all be all, the elect first and foremost will be saved. 2/3 are going to perish. But ultimately, according to Isaiah 45:17, they will come back in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. And if you read Isaiah, good precept is not Isaiah, Jeremiah 50, verse 37. 50, 37. Read in the NLT. The sword will strike her horses and chariots and her allies from other lands, and they will all become like women. Their sword will strike her treasures, and they will all be plundered. The sword even will strike her waist. Let me read in the King James right quick. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of thee, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. All right, and that's you men, man. All right. And you have been forborn to fight, like the scriptures say in Jeremiah 51:30. Yep. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. They might have failed. Their might have failed. They become as women. They have burned their dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Okay. NLT. Her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks, and I believe that's some type of fortress or complacency. You can look, matter of fact, I'll look the word up. I'll look the word up. It's provided with accommodations in a building or a set of buildings. The platoon. Give support or encouragement to. All right. Her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks, their courage gone. They have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. All right. And the invaders are going to be those foreign troops that's going to invade, Babylon the Great. And ultimately, the true invader is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua with the host of the chariots and with the ICBM and hypersonic missiles that's going to be coming spontaneously the same time as Yahushua and Mashiach do his thing, get busy and gather the elect, man. So all these things will come to pass. And let me get right quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and the husbands shall perish of famine. All right, whether it be civil wars, class wars, world war, so on and so forth. All right. Hear now these things, verse 35, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it not. Receive it, Salakia. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my words, make ye ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, man. All right, so in that day and time, we're going to be on the move, man. All right, but we're still, Lord will, we have the Isaiah 33:6 covering. This precept is going to pertain to us. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. I start at verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did not choose that wherein I delight not. And that's the 2/3, man. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Allahayim powers. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation or troubling of spirit. All right, and that's what's going to happen in those times in that day. The Lord is going to separate his chosen, the ones that he want to deliver, from the unchosen, the ones that he don't want to deliver of his own people on this side, man. So with that, I'm going to close out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. A double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us the truth through the spirit and power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. All right, praying that we are of that hopeful elect, that number, continue on in the faith. Hey, strive unto the truth, even unto death. Until next time, I say Shalom, Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered abroad, man. All right. Double honor to the elders and apostles. Shalom, Shalom.